People think Scott Summers is just the guy who shoots red beams from his eyes, but he's so much more. Let's talk about him. Scott isn't just an X-Man. He's the spine of the entire operation. And without him, the team doesn't just lose, they collapse.
To me, my X-Men.
Now you can say Scott's childhood wasn't the best. In summary, there was a plane crash, parents died, and he was dropped headfirst from said plane, suffering a brain injury that left him unable to shut off his power. So every time he opens his eyes, a non-stop stream of concussive force that just demolishes everything around him. Imagine growing up terrified that blinking can kill someone. And no, it's not heat vision. Those ruby red beams are pure kinetic concussive force. They are portals to another dimension, firing raw, unadulterated physics. Essentially, he's hitting you with an invisible freight train. Iron Man has even clocked them at over 2 gigawatts of power. That's more than a nuclear reactor. Scott himself has claimed that they can hit with enough force to split a small planet.
Not.
But his real power isn't the beam, it's his mind. Growing up the way Cyclops did, it forced him to master self-control and discipline on a level that most people can't even comprehend. Cyclops is arguably one of the best tactical minds in Marvel, constantly outthinking people like Magneto, Apocalypse, and even Avenger-level threats. Every angle, every life, every split-second decision, it's calculated. He makes the calls that win the fight and save lives. So go ahead, call him the boring Boy Scout. But when the world is ending, you want the man with the ruby quartz visor leading the charge. Do me a favor, drop a comment and let me know your thoughts on Cyclops. Thanks for watching, see ya. A lot of people just don't understand how powerful Hope Summers really is, so let's talk about it. Hope Summers was born in a time mutant kind was basically extinct. Her birth alone changed everything. Before she could even talk, she was hunted, targeted, and marked as one of the most important mutants alive. The future of an entire species was placed on her shoulders before she even had a choice. Now, to keep her alive, Cable took her into the future and raised her as his own. He raised her for war. She learned how to fight, how to survive, and how to make impossible decisions from one of the deadliest soldiers to ever exist. So when Hope finally returned to the present, she wasn't a child anymore. She was a weapon with a purpose. Hope's core ability is mutant mimicry and amplification. She can copy other mutants' powers perfectly, and most of the time use it far better than them. She can mimic multiple abilities at once, stack them, and use them simultaneously. There's no learning curve, no adjustment period. The power just feels natural to her. But here's the part that most people overlook. Hope doesn't just copy powers, she makes them stronger. Around Hope, mutants operate at their absolute peak and oftentimes far beyond it. She amplifies what's already there. She's even been shown to completely suppress other mutants' abilities when needed. So yeah, she's kinda strong. Hope helped reignite the mutant population after M-Day. She played a direct role in bringing mutants back from extinction. She wielded the power of the Phoenix Force and didn't break. She went head-to-head with Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man at the same time. She's gone toe-to-toe with Omega-level threats without hesitation. Hope Summers isn't just powerful, she's foundational. So yeah, that's Hope Summers, aka Mutant Jesus, and the literal hope of mutant kind. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, see ya. People really underestimate just how powerful Havok from the X-Men is, so let's talk about it. Havok is one of those characters people sleep on. Alex Summers' primary power set is ambient energy conversion. He could also use that same energy to hula hoop with, so that's pretty cool. Havok can pull in energy from the environment, store it inside of his cells, then convert that energy into a plasma blast. And it's not just one type of energy either. He could absorb cosmic energy, starlight, X-ray, gamma radiation. Pretty much if it radiates, he can convert it. Now because of that, Havok is effectively immune to radiation and extreme heat. He also has a self-sustaining energy loop going on, which is why he can survive in space. All he needs is a little cosmic energy from a nearby star and he's good to go. And those plasma blasts, they hit freaking hard. So hard that the power is almost too much for him to control. Now originally, his power would radiate out of his body in every direction, which made control basically impossible. And that's why you've seen him using focusing gear, especially in the movies with that chest piece device. It pulls all that energy into a single point so he can actually fire it where he wants to instead of just nuking everything around him. And here's where it gets crazy. His plasma blasts have melted solid adamantium doors. They've hit hard enough to hurt the Hulk and even damage a celestial juiced up Kang the Conqueror. Havok has also beaten his brother Vulcan, you know, the Omega level mutant. It sounds insane, but it actually happened after Alex basically skinny dipped into a small sun, absorbing a ridiculous amount of energy, and then it cranked his powers to a whole new level. So yeah, that's Havok, the hula hooping hooligan, the plasma blasting baddie, and definitely stronger than he gets credit for. Anyway, drop a comment and let me know if you like this video. Thanks for watching, see ya. People seriously underestimate just how powerful Gambit actually is. Let's talk about it.
Gambit's core ability is called kinetic conversion. It's the ability to take the potential energy inside any object and convert it into kinetic energy.
Think of it as like being able to turn almost anything into a bomb.
Most people know him for throwing playing cards, but that's just his style. It's definitely not his limit.
Now get this, He's powered up Captain America's shield
detonated a Sentinel by charging its head,
and even energized Wolverine's adamantium skeleton.
On top of that, Gambit has a low-level charm ability.
It's subtle, it's a form of hypnotic persuasion that nudges people to trust him more or just go along with what he's saying.
It doesn't control minds or override free will, but it absolutely enhances Gambit's persona.
Now what if I told you Gambit has actually been severely nerfed?
When his powers first manifested, he had an extremely difficult time trying to control it.
He was even worried that eventually he would just destroy everything around him.
It got so bad that Gambit went to Mister Sinister for help.
And Sinister performed a surgical procedure that altered parts of Gambit's brain. It stabilized him, but massively limited his power's potential.
So what happens if Gambit never had that procedure done?
The answer? New Sun.
New Sun is an alternate universe version of Gambit from Earth 9921, where his powers reached their full potential.
And let me tell you, it's insane.
This version of Gambit ignited his planet's atmosphere and wiped out his entire world.
He even had the power to convert his entire body into raw energy, giving him the ability to travel between dimensions and move across realities.
At his peak, Gambit wouldn't just be an Omega-level mutant.
He'd be one of the most powerful mutants ever.
Well, that's Gambit.
The black-eyed Casanova.
The real New Orleans Sin.
And definitely not someone you want to play poker with. Anyway, drop a comment, let me know who you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, see ya. People underestimate just how powerful Rogue really is, so let's talk about it. Before she was one of the X-Men, Rogue was just Anna Marie, born with a mutant ability she couldn't control. Her powers first manifested when she kissed her boyfriend, Cody Robbins, and accidentally put him into a coma. That single moment changed her life forever. Rogue quickly realizes she may never be able to experience normal human contact again. She begins covering her skin, isolating herself, and avoiding people altogether, desperately trying to gain some kind of control over her own abilities. Rogue's power is one of the most dangerous and versatile in the Marvel Universe. With just skin-to-skin contact, she can absorb memories, skills, personalities, life force, and even superhuman powers. A brief touch can knock out one of the strongest opponents, while prolonged contact can permanently drain someone of who they are. Early in her story, Rogue fights Carol Danvers, also known as Miss Marvel. During that battle, Rogue permanently absorbs Carol's powers and memories, gaining super strength, invulnerability, and flight. Now with those abilities, Rogue becomes powerful enough to stand up against entire teams of heroes. And over time, she absorbs powers from others like Wonder Man and Sunfire, even Thor, and that makes her power unpredictable and definitely overwhelming. But that power comes at a cost. The memory she absorbs starts clashing inside her mind, especially the memories absorbed from Carol Danvers. Rogue begins to lose track of which thoughts are actually hers, and it gets so overwhelming that it's what ultimately pushes her to seek help from Charles Xavier. Now, under Professor X's guidance, Rogue breaks down those mental barriers that were holding her back, and she finally gains full control over powers. She can now choose when and if she absorbs someone's memories or powers. Now, Rogue isn't just a powerhouse mutant. Her ability to take on the strength of others makes her one of the most unstoppable heroes in the Marvel Universe. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like. Most people have no idea what Bishop from the X-Men is actually capable of. Let's talk about it. Lucas Bishop comes from a dystopian future where mutants are hunted, rounded up, and imprisoned in internment camps run by humanity and enforced by Sentinels. The M tattoo on his face isn't a choice. In Bishop's timeline, mutants are branded on the face with an M so everyone knows exactly who they are. It's a mark of control, fear, oppression that carries him into the present. Now here's where he gets really dangerous. His mutant power is the ability to absorb, amplify, and redirect energy. And it's not limited to just one type. We're talking kinetic energy, solar energy, magic, sound, basically any form of energy you could think, Bishop can absorb it. If Gambit throws a kinetically charged object at him, Bishop could take that energy and turn it against him. If Cyclops blasts him with an optic beam, Bishop can tank it and store that power for later. And he's done this on a massive scale. Bishop once took the full force of Onslaught's psionic energy blast, and in that moment, he literally saved the entire X-Men from total annihilation. There's a catch though. Bishop can't absorb energy endlessly without releasing it. If he takes on too much at once, his body can overload and explode. That means he constantly has to redirect or release energy before it reaches that point. And that's where things get really cool. When Bishop releases that stored energy, he's not locked into sending it back the same way it came in. If Cyclops hits him with an optic blast, Bishop doesn't have to fire a red beam back at him. He can release it in electrical blasts, fireballs, raw concussive force. He can even hold that energy inside himself and convert it into healing or enhanced strength. The ways he can redirect energy are almost endless, which makes him an absolute nightmare for anyone who relies on energy-based attacks. That's why Bishop isn't just powerful, he's adaptable. And in the X-Men universe, that makes him one of the hardest mutants to put down. Can we just stop underestimating Jubilee? She can destroy matter at a subatomic level. So, Sparkler Girl, nah, we're fixing that today. Now, low-key, shout out to X-Men 97 Season 2 for giving her a moment to shine. No pun intended. Now, let's talk about 5 powers that make Jubilee OP. Number 5, psionic shields. Jubilee's mind is naturally slippery, to telepaths. It's weird to say. Even to the point that S-tier mind readers can't lock onto her thoughts unless they know exactly what to look for. And overall, that's just a powerful ability in of itself. Number 4, plasmoid control. She doesn't just blast energy, she sculpts it. All the firework explosions that we see are completely controlled by her mind. She decides when and how the explosions happen. Number 3, her absorption factor. Now here's the wild part. Jubilee can actually pull her own plasma back into her body without taking any damage. Pretty cool. Number 2, blinding fireworks. She was cornered by mall security after getting caught shoplifting, and that's when her powers first manifested. She created a blinding light show that disoriented the guards so she can escape. Number 1, subatomic detonation. This is the power that Marvel's been hyping up for 35 years. Jubilee has the power to destroy matter on a molecular level. Essentially, she can turn anything into a bomb, even the clothes that someone is wearing. So no matter how big or how small, she has the ability to detonate matter on command. That is so OP. Anyway, that's Jubilation Lee. Thanks for watching. See ya. In Season 2 of X-Men 97, we are seeing a ton of Apocalypse, aka
Sabah Nur.
Sabah Nur.
His name is Apocalypse.
So let's break down some of his power sets and find out if he's really as powerful as people may say. So let's get into it. He's classified as one of the first mutants ever. Marvel fans know him as Apocalypse, but his true name is Sabah Nur. Created by Louis Simonson and Jackson Geis, he made his full debut in X-Factor issue 6 in 1986. So let's break down some of his powers and abilities that make him the strongest mutant Marvel has ever created. Apocalypse has total control over his molecular structure. He can reshape his body, grow in size, and turn his limbs into weapons. Now add immortality, a healing factor, superhuman strength, beyond Omega level telepathy, telekinesis, energy manipulation, and that's just his baseline. He also has a ship built by Celestials with capabilities just too extensive to list here, but one key ability is boosting his own power and the power of other people, and that's how Apocalypse creates his horsemen. And his horsemen, they're not just tools, they're servants of destruction that are completely under his control. The classic 4 horsemen were classified as pestilence, famine, war, and death. And the crazy part is, Apocalypse has turned some of the most powerful heroes and villains into horsemen. And here are just a few examples. Pestilence, he's had Polaris. Famine, he's used Sunfire. War, he's had the Hulk and Colossus. And death, he's used Gambit, Wolverine, and even Sentry. Apocalypse's biggest wins come against entire teams, not just individuals. He single-handedly has taken down the X-Factor, overpowered a ton of X-Men lineups, and it takes multiple teams and heroes to band together to even slow him down. So yeah, that's Apocalypse, arguably the most powerful villain Marvel has ever created. Thanks for watching. See ya.